2008 edition of C-Scope. Starting off with Cypress College cogeneration unit purchased for $7.5 million, which still does not work. Albert Miranda, the college's physical plant director, said the projector was started about 3 years ago. He said an engine had to be rebuilt last fall and they had to start from square one. Noresco, the prime contractor of the project, would not respond to the Chronicle's inquiries. The Chronicle received an email stating how our email address was blacklisted. The Chronicle attempted more phone calls that were not responded to. According to their website, Noresco is the nation's premier energy service company. Karen Kant, Cypress College interim vice president of educational support and planning, said the college received the money from the state government, including some grants. Noresco currently owns the unit. For more information on this story, you can go to cycron.com. In other news, political science professor Peter Matthews is attempting again to acquire a seat in the House of Representatives. Matthews has been running for a seat in Congress since 1992. He has ran for 4 times in the 37th district, which includes Long Beach, Carson, Compton, Willowbrook, and Watts. Matthews said his closest race was losing by 2%. His previous attempt was last summer when Republican Juanita Millinder McDonald died and there was a runoff for her seat. Laura Richardson won the election. Richardson is Matthews' opponent in this summer's Democratic primary. She could not be reached for comments. Matthews previously spent a term in 1977 on the North Fair Oaks Advisory Council in San Mateo County. He said the council dealt with issues of crime, housing, and zoning in the area. Matthews says his experience as a political science professor will help him, or should help him, reach Congress. Now here's Chris Feliciano with this week's Tech Ed segment.
My name's Chris Feliciano, and this week I return to bring you Tech Ed, your technology dose. March has brought a long-promised dream to fruition for the iPhone community, the SDK, also known as the Software Development Kit. The Software Development Kit, which was first announced in October by CEO Steve Jobs via Apple's website, was originally promised to arrive in the hands of developers by the end of February after the annual Macworld conference. Unfortunately, the targeted release date was missed, and the actual SDK did not make it to the public until March 6, 2008. Up until this point, iPhone users had 2 options: stick with a very vanilla handset or jailbreak your phone to allow installation of third-party applications. Jailbreaking involves installing a program called installer.app, which allows jailbroken iPhones to install third-party programs that dramatically expand the functions of the iPhone far beyond the factory-included feature set. The process is not condoned by Apple and voids the warranty on the handset. Regardless, an entire community has sprung up supporting the jailbreak process, which has been developed by the iPhone dev team and others not satisfied with the limited features Apple has initially provided iPhone users. Instead of having to go through the complicated process of jailbreaking, which is rendered useless with each firmware update Apple puts out, everyday iPhone users will now have access to a vast spectrum of programs which will be distributed by Apple themselves. Now that Apple has released the SDK, they also had to divulge the process by which they plan to make the software applications available to the public. Apple has decided to use a system where the application store itself resides on the iPhone, much like the iTunes Music Store does now. The new store will arrive via a firmware update. With an Edge or Wi-Fi connection, users will be able to connect to the store and browse applications available for the handset. Once they find one they like, they will then purchase it using their iTunes account. iPhone users will also be able to do the same on their computer via iTunes. Developers will be able to register for a fee of $99, granting them the ability to download and develop free and fee-based applications for the handset. Apple will not begin to make the newly developed applications available to iPhone users until June. By March 10, 2008, the iPhone SDK had been downloaded over 100,000 times, which means there is now a community hard at work to bring exciting new functions to an already amazing device. If you'd like to sign up, head over to the official iPhone developer site. You must be using an Intel-based Mac running Leopard. That's it for me. Now on to Edward Dergies for sports. Remember, Chargers, get your tech on.
start off with Chargers men's baseball as they traveled last week to face off against the Long Beach City College Vikings. The Chargers defeated the Vikings 8-7. Sophomore right fielder Brian Burke led the Chargers to 2 RBIs. Cypress's record is now 18-6. They play Tuesday away against Cuesta at 2 p.m. Moving on to Chargers women's softball. Cypress traveled to Orange Coast to look for their 20th win. The Chargers won 11-0 in the 5th inning with 15 hits. Freshman center fielder Amanda Fama led the way with 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run. Cypress improves to 20-0 overall and 10-0 in conference. Finally, Chargers men's tennis team traveled to Desert College. Last time they both met, the Chargers were upset by the Roadrunners 8-1. Third-ranked Christian Issop fell to the state's second-ranked player after the 2 close matches 7-5 and 6-4. Cypress falls to 4-10 overall and 2-6 in conference. Thanks for downloading this edition of C-Scope. I'm Edward Dervis. Later, Chargers.